Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm back again just to do another little video update about life in Medellin and some things that are way different that are noticeable off the bat, especially if you're from the States. So, where to even start? Let me see. Well, one thing is there's way more malls here than in the States. First of all, Medellin is very big. It's very spread out, and there's, hundreds of different neighborhoods. In each neighborhood, there will literally be like 3 centro comerciales or malls, like mega malls, like multiple stories. It'll be having like a rock climbing thing, cinema, theater, Chuck E. Cheese type thing, like state-of-the-art gyms, huge like food courts, daycare centers, like super modern, like the malls here are bigger and better than the malls in the States. And that's crazy because I'm talking about New York, like Chicago, all that shit. Like, it's crazy because people are thinking like, oh, it's like a third world country or something. No, like I've never seen malls like this anywhere in the United States, and I've been to malls in, LA, New York, Chicago, everything. So, I mean, it's crazy. Now, one thing in the malls, there's, oh my God, sorry, it's kind of loud here. There'll be guys in the mall that are like security, quote unquote, and they'll just be standing there with huge like rifles or like machine guns. Like every, malls, it'll be like, long strips where you walk and stuff like that. Every like 5 or 6 storefronts, you'll see somebody with like a machine gun or a rifle. And they'll be also out front of the mall at all the entrances. And sometimes, if it's like a strip mall to where it's just a long thing to where there's a bunch of stores, they'll have those guys standing outside too. So I don't know if it's like police or security, but like honestly, it makes me a little bit uncomfortable. I asked the friend that I'm staying with, and she just said it's just for security because robbery is really big here. Like, just robbers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they rob people's phone, they grab people's backpacks, grab something out of a store and run. So they're saying that she's saying that it works because the presence of these people, like, no one's gonna try anything. So it's almost just a fear tactic. But I was like, are the weapons real? And she's like, yeah, they're real. And I was like, so if somebody robs the store, I'm like, they're just gonna shoot somebody and kill somebody for robbing the store? I mean, not to say that robbing a store is right, but it's like, I don't know. But she was saying that people who rob here, like people who, you're downtown and somebody runs by and grabs some lady's purse or some guy's phone, she's saying that everybody who witnesses it will bum rush the guy and will beat him to a bloody pulp. So it's like, she's saying that if you want people who are robbers here, they're taking like a big risk. Like, she's saying like it's dangerous to be a robber, and most people don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Not most people don't do it. Theft is big here. Do you know what I'm saying? But I guess because it's big here, it's like she's saying that's why they need that presence, just to let people know that they can't do it in the mall. But for me, I'm like walking past these guys and I'm like going way around, like, okay, hola, like, I'll be going this way now. Like I'd be afraid to walk past them. You know what I'm saying? So, in Estados Unidos, like, normally is, maybe a security guy with a security uniform or something with a gun in a holster, or sometimes it's not even an armed security. So it's like, I'm not used to seeing that. Also downtown, there's always like police and stuff like that. They will do a lot of stop and frisk. They're not trying to be secret about it. They do it all the time, like downtown, not downtown, well, yeah, in El Centro and in certain stations. And the cops will stand, at the train station. It's like a L. They have a really good transportation system here. And all the cops, like, they're legit cops. I mean, they must be like, what, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, 22, 23. They look like they're 12. And I asked, again, the woman I'm staying with, I'm like, are they a real cop? And she said, yeah, they're real cops. So they look like they're 12, but they have a whole weapon and everything. So that makes me nervous because everybody knows the impulse in the brain of men, you know what I'm saying, before the age of, you know what I'm saying, 35, hello, they're bound to just go crazy on somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't trust the fact that there's all these, you know, that every cop is like 19. You know what I'm saying? Their impulse control and their decision-making ability in their brain hasn't even developed yet they're full-on cops. I mean, again, it makes me nervous. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I don't feel like I'm in danger or something, but it makes me nervous to think of the possibilities. I've never personally had anything happen to me. So yeah, that's something that's way different. Another thing that's like way different, first of all, is the clothing sizes. I was so frustrated before I found out about, you know, some different clothing places. I just actually found out today about a clothing place that definitely has my size, but I was going to Éxito and different places in Mallorca, Centro Comercial Mallorca, and none of the clothes fit me. Like, it was horrible. So I started getting just emotional, whatever. And then I had to Google plus size stores, because I usually wear a 14 in the States, but the 14s here, it looks like an 8. It like a United States 8, and it has no stretch. So I was just like, I couldn't even buy cute clothes or anything. Now today I just discovered this store Flamingo, and it's in Mallorca Mall, and it's like three stories, and they have like, even their regular size stuff is like stretchy and big enough to fit me, and they also have a plus size section, which is like really cute, and it's a huge section. But yeah, so I had to go to like this plus size store and stuff like that just to try to find some jean shorts. So then I was feeling like, oh my God, I'm so big, I can't fit, you know. And so like there's this store called Gorditos Sexy. It's in El Centro. So like if you're coming here, you know, you're on the bigger side, you know, you might want to go to Flamingo, you might want to go to Gordita Sexy, because, you know, it's not you, it's the sizes, okay? But anyway, now I feel like I know, you know, where there are a couple good stores, so I feel like I'm good. What else? So another thing here that's super, super different is, okay, for instance, I just joined a gym, and when I was looking for gyms, I was basically, you know, I was inquiring and I was signing up, and they were saying, what's your cedula number? Which is like your ID number, because the cedula, that's like the state ID, like the equivalent, right? Now, you can't get a cedula unless you have like, you can't get a cedula on a tourist visa. So I have a tourist visa, so I can't get one right now. That's a whole nother video, and I'm gonna do another video on that. But I did find a connection for visas. It's not that cheap, okay, to get a student visa. So yeah, I'll get into that in another video. But so I literally wrote somebody a Facebook Messenger, a gym, and I asked them just how much is it, and they're saying, oh no, we can't tell you unless you give us your cedula number. Even I went to get a tan, and they said, what's your cedula number? So are they just like tracking like everything that people do? Or I don't even understand. Why is that even necessary? And I said, I don't have it. And they're like, well, then we can't help you. And I'm like, I have a passport. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, okay, then you can give your passport number. Why do I have to give my passport number for every inquiry that I do? Is this being logged somewhere? Like, can I not inquire about a price? Like, that's one thing that's pissing me off. So I went today, I told you, to the store, and I bought some jeans at the store Flamingo, the one that I told you about, whatever. Well, when they ring you up with a receipt, they write it out on a piece. It's different. They take a piece of paper out, somebody writes it out on a receipt like old school, and then they give you the paper, and then you go to the cash register. So it's like that type of deal. And for me to buy jeans, they needed my ID number. For what? I do not understand. Legitimately and truly, I don't understand. Are they logging the activities of everybody just in case somebody does some activity? Or I just don't get it. Okay? I don't get it. So, you know, if you know, you're going to have to give your passport number or your ID number to do any transaction. Like, it's not even normal to me. Like, it pisses me off. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is that, you know, there's Wi-Fi everywhere because a lot of people here, you know what I'm saying, their data plan, you know, is not that good or they don't have data. So to use the phone, they need Wi-Fi pretty much all the time, right? Because the, you know, the service here is not the best. I mean, if you pay for a really expensive plan or something, then you can get high speed Wi-Fi. But most people, like I said, so Wi-Fi is everywhere here. If there's just a little park, just a little green area with some benches, there'll be a sign that says this is the park's Wi-Fi because they know that everybody like is living on Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? So it's super common that every place there's a sign that tells you where the Wi-Fi is in the area that you're in. You know what I mean? But what was I finna say about the Wi-Fi? Oh, so you'll go to sign out, you'll be in a mall or something, or you'll be in a park and you try to sign in the Wi-Fi. You need your cellular number, ID number, and a cell phone number that's from Colombia, or else you can't get Wi-Fi. And my phone, now all of a sudden, I don't get data. I have an international plan. I have T-Mobile. T-Mobile has a tower in Medellin. And the first time that I was here in October, and also when I first arrived, I had complete data. Like if I'm not on Wi-Fi, I'm supposed to still have complete 100% data. Okay. So, you know, I signed up for a gym and I went to connect to the gym's Wi-Fi and it asked me for my Colombian cell phone number. And when I tried to put in my phone number, it was like one number too much or one number too less or something. I don't know. And so it says, sorry, invalid. So now I'm at my gym. I have no Wi-Fi at my gym. And my data doesn't work. So it's like, if you don't have a cellular, you know what I'm saying? A cellular number, and you don't have a cell phone from Colombia, it's going to be very difficult. So now, you know, I have to think about it. Like, okay, do I really want to continue? You know, which I'm paying a cell phone note from T-Mobile. So I don't know if I can just discontinue my service. I mean, I guess I could probably still discontinue the service, but then still pay, you know, for the phone. I don't know. But either way, you're gonna need, you know, one of those things. It is crazy. Okay. You know, another thing is, you know, people always say this, you know, that Colombians, you know, people from Medellin are flaky. Yes, that is true. I actually, you know, I haven't like really experienced that too bad. Like, and I'm not, you know, I mean, it's a cultural thing, whatever. I'm not gonna talk down, you know, on it or whatever. It's a cultural thing. There's a bird up here. There's a bird up here somewhere. But yeah, to get him into daycare, I mean, it took me like 3 weeks and I emailed maybe 20 different schools. I mean, not daycare, school, sorry. I emailed like 20 different schools. And nobody, sometimes I would get one response and they would drop the ball or never. So it's like, even there was this one salon, I messaged them 20 times because everybody said they're good. Messaged them on Messenger, wrote them an email, messaged them on WhatsApp, literally could not get a response. Like if I would want to get service there, I would have to physically go in person. Like I had to physically go to his school. So it's like, that's not time friendly. Like who has time to go to all these places in person? That's old school. Like why don't you just write back a message? So I'm a very time oriented person and that's just something that I'm not used to. So that is definitely, you know, a huge difference. Now, people always say the service sucks in Medellin, but I actually think it's a very service-oriented culture. Like, you know, maybe it's just because there's a lot of hustlers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we went to the store, you know, we went to the restaurant, and it's raining. There's people outside that hold umbrellas, and if you get out and it's raining, they'll, like, walk you to the destination, you know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people might be doing, you know, for tips because people are hustling. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's through a service, you know, through the restaurant or whatever, you know, but, you know, even how people always say, a la orden. A la orden, it's, you know, big in Medellin. It's almost like I don't know, it's kind of like at your service. Or if you're like, you know, you order, some people are like, you know, con gusto. People be like con gusto before you even say thank you. Like anytime that you ask for somebody, and if you anytime that you ask for something and they do it for you, they say it's my pleasure, like I'm at your service, like before you even say thank you or whatever. You know, now, yeah, if you're at a restaurant, they're not going to come to your table every 5 minutes and be like, how's everything going today? And like pour your water. No, they're not going to do that, but it's because they don't want to bother you. Do you get what I'm saying? To them, giving good service is leaving you alone. You know, if you want somebody, raise your hand and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So I actually think the service here is better in some ways, although the culture moves slower, the sentiment behind it, and the fact that there's so many different people, you know, with different services for everything and everywhere you turn, I almost feel like the service is better. So that's just, you know, that's just my opinion. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's a different culture, it's a different thing. You know, these things aren't necessarily horrible, you know what I'm saying? They're just way different, and it's just, you know, kind of an adjustment. So I'm gonna get going because this video is super long, and I'll be back soon to do another video. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.